Back in the book segment tonight, part 2 of our look at spring break. Once again, this report is not for children and maybe not for some adults. It contains graphic video. In South Carolina, 20-year-old Sarah Merritt is dead after falling 60 feet from a hotel balcony. She was on spring break there. And all over the country, college students are socializing, most of it harmless, but some of it is pretty flamboyant and can be dangerous. Now, the factor observed binge drinking, drug taking, exhibitionism, and other questionable activities on South Padre Island in Texas. And here's what some of the students told us.
There's a lot of liquor being drank out here, I'm not going to lie, but beer's being drank a lot of.
Binge drinking is just a label.
Sometimes this regular drinking can turn into it, I guess, when you just...
Hey, whoa!
Yeah.
Hey, whoa!
I got 30 cans for $12.49.
Kids are definitely drinking to get drunk.
That's what everyone wants to do. They just want to drink and party.
Drink as fast as possible and have a good time. It's just fun to do it, you know, you just feel so much better.
I pound them back too, you know.
You put out 10 beers, and then you open the hoses.
You drink all day, 10 a.m. to 5. Hopefully the girls drink them just as fast. You rest for an hour or two, and then you go back out.
Yeah. It's only 4 years of your life, so live it up.
All right, joining us from Philadelphia is Margot Woodacre, co-author of the book, I'll Miss You Too, an off-to-college guide for parents and students. And here in New York City, Margot's daughter, Stephanie Bain, the other co-author of the book. All right, Stephanie, you're out of the University of Miami, and you went to spring break. You know, sure, it's fun, you know, all right, but there's a boundary, and then once you're into illegal drug taking and you're getting drunk, you fall off a balcony, you're dead. We get a letter, I'm going to read a letter, you know, somebody got paralyzed or run over by a car. Is it just fun, or is there more to it?
Well, I think students set out just to have fun, but I think a big thing is they're taking a break from school, they're taking a break from academia, and they're going places that they feel that they can let loose and that there really are no consequences, and that's the things they need to realize. There is.
When you went to these places, did you say to yourself, hey, I'm going to do X and I'm not going to do Y? Did you have a game plan?
No real game plan. The only game plan I had is to, number one, always be in control of myself and to watch out for my friends.
Did your friends ever tell you when they got out of control totally why they got out of control? Is it lack of discipline? Are they stupid?
No, I think it's just going peer pressure. It's everybody's doing it. Why are you standing there not having a good time? It's peer pressure.
All right. Now, Margot, when you wrote the book and you see what happened when you and I were in college, kids were getting drunk, kids were doing this kind of stuff, but you didn't see girls on the beach making out, which we photographed. You didn't see girls throwing their clothes off and for no real reason. They're not in a contest. They're not winning anything. They're just doing it. And then you didn't see ecstasy, which a lot of these kids are taking. It's a drug that you'll do anything on. Why do you think they're doing that? Why has the ante been raised?
Well, Bill, look at society today. Look at the internet. Look at MTV that used to go down and actually film these children, and they are children to us, these young adults. They go places, too, where they can get what they want when they want, and they love the freedom. I think a lot has to do with self-esteem. I think a lot has to do with the hormones, and I think a lot has to do with what is available today that you and I didn't have, Bill.
Well, when you say self-esteem, what does that mean? I mean, how does it raise your self-esteem when you're raising your shirt?
Well, it doesn't, but I think there's a whole attention thing, and they think it's cool. Again, look at the internet, look at some of the shows that we're showing on TV. Let's face it, you see a lot more than you and I did back when we were watching television.
Now, do you make a judgment about that? Do you judge
Do
it?
I?
Yeah.
As a mother, you're darn right.
All right, so
I do
Stephanie engaged in any of this when she was on spring break, and she'll never going to tell you. You know that.
Well, yeah,
Stephanie's
Bill.
not going to tell you what she did. But if you found out about it, what would you say to her?
Oh, I'll tell you exactly what I do, Bill. If I saw her flashing her body on Fox or whatever, you better believe I'd be on the phone and try to find her as fast as I could.
And what would you say?
I'd be shocked. What would I say? Well, first of all, I'd try to see it and say it in person. If I had to get on a plane and fly down and talk to her eye to eye, because we've had a good communication that way during our years, I'd say we need to talk. And what I'd say to her is, what the heck was going on in your mind to do that? Now, I know alcohol's related to it, or drugs, and we don't have control. None of us do. We don't either, Bill, at our age, with too much to drink or the wrong substance. But I would need to have that eye-to-eye conference with her. I would want to hear what she had to say, and I'd want her to know how I was not pleased with that.
And you weren't pleased because?
Well, I don't think it's the way someone should act, especially for attention. And if that's self-esteem, then there are problems.
Yeah. Well, I would,
Somebody
you
get
know,
involved.
if it happened to me, I'd just say you demeaned yourself. It's demeaning. You're better than that.
That's a great way of putting
you're
it.
just better than that. You don't have to be
What-
that common.
What
Ladies?
does that do for you?
Yeah. Doesn't do
Yeah.
anything. Get you on this, the fact.
Right.
Ladies, thanks very much. And next we'll wrap things up, the most ridiculous item in some of your men.